Hey guys, welcome to another video. So this is the last video of this series of cosmetic product visualization and animation. So we've been creating that cosmetic bottle from our last two videos. If you want to check out that two videos, we created this whole bottle from scratch and added the materials and added the lighting and rendering everything. So if you want to check out those two videos, I have put link in the description so you can check out those videos. So let me show you what I'm going to talk about today in this videos. So we are going to talk about how to do this beautiful material animation on top of the glass bottle. So as you can see, we are animating this beautiful glass material popping up animation. Here we can see the Dio's animation. So this effect is our targets on today's tutorial. And also guys, if you want this whole project, you can download it for free on my Gumroad page, and I have also put the link in the description. So with that being said, let's get started. So if we go ahead into the shader editor, and if I tap my glass shell, you can see the material, right? This is a little bit complex material, but this is not the material we created. You can see we have an empty object. If I move this empty object, you can see the exact effect we want to create, right? You can see when we move in this empty object, then gradually that textures on top of the glass is appeared like that. You can see these textures are displacement textures. You can see the mesh itself get extruded like that. So this is the material, and let me show you quickly the material we created from our last tutorials. So this is the last material we created, and we have the displacement over here. So here we have the displacement over here on top of the glass, which is just extrusion of the mesh itself. And then we have the remaining part, which is just a shader. We have created this principal BSDF with the transmissions all the way up to 1. And then we have a normal map going on. We can see that texture on top of the glass, like a little bit of glassy material on top of that. So this is basically that shader. And then we have the displacement shader over here. So now what I want, guys, I want to change this shader on top of the glass by the distance of this empty object over here. So to create that, I'm going to start everything from scratch. So we have created this material. So I'll also delete this empty object, and then I'm going to go create a new empty object. So we can simply create whatever empty object you want. So I'll simply get a sphere, and then I'm going to scale it down like that. We can move it somewhere around here. I'll go back to my material, and I'm going to pin this material quickly. Now we have a reference to this object over here. So to get that, I'll use a texture coordinate node. So this texture coordinate node is going to take the object. So we can simply tap this eyedropper, and then I'm going to go here into the object. Now we have picked the object to the texture coordinate. Now we can go into the object, and then I can take it out, and then we can use a vector math node. And then I'm going to do is I'll take the length out of it. So we have now a float value, so which is going to be the distance from the origin of this empty to the surface of this material. So we are in the material, so which is going to be the distance. So I'm going to go take it, and then we use the map range nodes, and so we have the different range like min, max. Later on we can change these values, so I'll keep things like that, and then we're going to go. And for now, I'll disable my displacement for now, and then I'm going to place my displacement somewhere here. So now what I want is simply I want a regular glassy shader. So we can simply copy this node over here. So this is basically a principal BSDF with a transmission all the way up to 1. And if I plug this node to here, you can see it's just a glass material. Now if we go here into the cycles, you can see it's just a glass material like that. Now, if we go back to my old shader, you can see which is having all the details, all the textures, all the normal maps. So now what I want is I want to have a connection between these two shaders. So we can simply copy the mix shader. Then I'm going to plug the new one at the bottom of this. Now we can increase the factor to 1. You can see that this shader is going to be influenced to the whole bottle. Now if you decrease the factor, you can see this shader is going to be affected to the bottle. So now what I want is I want the distance to be affected to the factor, so we can simply get the resource, and then I can plug it over here, right? I'm going to go back to my shader because the cycles is a little bit laggy. So if I kind of close this sphere to the bottle, you can see now the texture is appeared there. So I want a little bit of strength. I can go over here and I can increase the max value to a little bit like that. Maybe we can keep it like 3, right? Now you can see it is much more effective. So this is the basic idea of the whole thing. And now we can do the same setup we did to the displacement as well. So, but the displacement is a little bit mathematical, unlike the shaders over here. So we have to have another displacement. So I'm going to copy this one down, and then I want to use mix vector, and then I can plug these two together. I can connect the results to the displacement like that. So now what happens is simply that we have another factor value. I can get all the way to this and also this, and this doesn't change anything because we have the same setup as this. So we have to change the scale value to 0, which is going to be 0 displacement, which means there is no displacement simply. So I can now increase the factor to 1. You can see there is no any displacements, which is just a shader we have here. And so if I set it to 0, you can see the displacement pops up like that. Now we have the factor value. Now we can go back again to this node setup we created, and I can get the noodle and I can connect that to the factor like that. Okay. If I move the empty object, everything is working really fine like that. We can see that the texture is popping out beautifully. All the normal material and all these placement map also working really fine. You can see the depth of the mesh is also increased gradually when we move in this empty object here and there. But we got another problem. We can see the whole margin or the edges of this effect is still a little bit too sharp. So I want to have a little bit of smoother margin. So we can simply do that going into the map range. Under the linear, we can use the smoother step, right? You can see that smoother step is much more smoother. You can see now we can move the empty object, and which is gradually increasing and pop out like that. All right, now that is pretty much the setup. We have created everything for the material. Now we can simply go into the timeline and we can animate everything. Now before animation, I have set up this camera. I'm not going to be talking about everything here. So we have created the camera, lighting and everything. We have tree lighting, just plain light and everything like that. Also some of the HDRI. If I go here into the cycles, you can see we have a plane. The plane is also having some of the materials, which is a little bit of metallic and a little bit of roughness, and so which makes this beautiful reflection on the glass. And we have used this plain light over here on top of the bottle to get a spotlight kind of thing there. And also I have removed these lights. I have removed the affection of these lights to the plane. So we can simply do that by selecting the light and go into the object properties. And then under the light linking, we have set that to the cosmetic bottle. And then plane is a different one. So I have removed the plane from my selections, right? The light is affecting only to the glass, which is not affecting to the plane. If I remove this, you can see that is affecting to the plane. So which is not really good. So that's why I remove that by adding this light link under that. That is basically lighting is. And also I have added an empty inside of the bottle, which is controlling the camera. You can simply tap the camera and then you can select the empty there, and then you can simply control P and then keep transform to keep the camera trapped to this empty, and then I can animate the empty object like that to rotate the camera. Then I have added keyframes. You can select the empty object and you can K to add a keyframe, and then you can use the rotation and then go all the way up to the animation end. I have changed my end keyframe to 50. I don't want it to be last longer, and then we can simply rotate whatever we want, and then I can add another keyframe like that to get the rotation. So now we have animated the camera like that, a simple gradual animation for the camera. And also after creating all the keyframes, I have selected, and then we can simply use the interpolation mode to linear for the camera, which is going to be linear motion like that. Let's jump into this animation over here. So we can now animate the texture. I'm going to go into my shader editor. Now I can get my playhead over here to the 0. So I'll place this empty object over here. I just want to have some kind of a texture when we start in the animation. So I'm going to place this one somewhere around here. We simply tap K and then set the location. So we can see now keyframe is added. We're going to go into the animation, and then I'll place my object somewhere around here. So I want to maybe make sure that object is inside to get the full depth of the displacement there. When you're satisfied with the placement of the empty object, I can K to add the keyframe and then set the location. Maybe that here we can move it a little bit away, somewhere like here, and then I can add the keyframe. Now you can see it is gradually moving, something like that. So If I go into the camera view, you can see it's the animation, right? I think we can maybe slow it down a little. Anyways, so this is basically it, guys. So this is a really simple animation technique. So with that being said, guys, I think this is the end of this whole series and also this tutorial. And I think you got something. And also, as I said before, you can download the project file on my Gumroad for free. All the links, all the prior tutorial and everything are in the description. You can check them out as well. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.